Hello, this talk is a keynote presentation for the AIDS World Music Conference, December 2024. Its main purpose is to provide a brief overview of safe, simple music activities that caregivers, including specialists, volunteers, friends, and family, can use to support people with Alzheimer's disease and it is important, themselves as carers as well. My name is Alisa Apreleva. I'm a board-certified music therapist, postdoctoral researcher at the University of Oxford, and a creative wellness entrepreneur at singforchange.org. The topic of art and health, including music and health, has been gaining popularity in recent years, which is wonderful because, in the words of the stellar British neurologist Oliver Sacks, humans are a musical species, and I would add creative species. Creativity is good for our body, mind, and spirit. From the subfield of neurologic music therapy, we know that music perception and production, or in simpler terms, listening and playing and singing music, shares the same neurological pathways with the most vital functions such as speech, movement, memory, attention, and more. Rhythms are processed in the same area which regulates breathing and heartbeat. Music is closely connected to emotions. It has also played a fundamental role in socialization and creating a sense of community, strengthening bonds between people on hormonal level. This is why music is a cultural universal, something that can be found in every culture. People have shared music forever because it just feels good. And today we're rediscovering the health benefits of music through music therapy research and practice, and of course, through the work of community musicians, educators, and volunteers. And you surely know about the very significant value of music, especially familiar music for people living with Alzheimer's. There have been multiple videos, including the famous Alive Inside documentary, and there has been wonderful, robust research showing that music is critical for quality of life and emotional well-being of people with Alzheimer's. We now know that the most effective is the music people remember from their young age, approximately from about age 16 years to 25 years, the period when neocortex is maturing. And there are multiple retro, radio, and TV channels that cater to this choice of music in Western population at least. However, it is not true that music is a non-invasive and completely safe medium. Just think about someone driving by in a car, blasting super loud music with an infra-low bass. It is just irritating. Music can easily become irritating and hence unsafe when it is not our preferred music and we have no control over it. And in most cases, people with advanced Alzheimer's do not have control over the radio or TV in their room. Music can be emotionally triggering, which is again especially dangerous when cortical activity is disrupted and the person is easily disoriented. Music can cause sensory overload. Music can trigger modes of movement that might be too dangerous for fragile seniors, even if enjoyable. Music is very powerful, and we have to be mindful that it can be as dangerous as it is beneficial. What is essential, however, and no less important than the music itself, is the human-to-human connection that happens through music. And this is where the knowledge from music therapy comes in. In 2017, I created the guidelines for community musicians working with people with Alzheimer's, outlined first in my book, Musician as Volunteer, Therapeutic Use of Music in Medical and Social Care Settings, and later in my training course for professional caregivers, tried and trusted for 7 years now. I will now share some of these guidelines. Number 1, find their preferred music. How do you do that? You can ask directly, what is your favorite music, especially during earlier stages of the disease? These conversations are also wonderful for bonding, for learning more about the person. If you are a family member, you probably already know something about their music preferences and life experiences that may be connected to music. For example, they served in the army, or they regularly attended religious services, or they came from a particular cultural tradition with particular music, or they used to sing this song for you when you were a child. Use this knowledge. If you're a professional caregiver, you can probably ask the family. In case there is no direct knowledge, you can try guessing. Think about the music that was popular during their youth, in their culture. Create a list and try playing records or try singing to them and watch their reaction. Number 2, observe. It is important to understand how they react to the music you offer. Reaction to music may be not immediate. It's almost like music needs some time to sink in to start having that effect. Watch carefully for any reactions. For example, a change in facial expression, or a foot moving to music, or the person looking in the direction of music, or even something as subtle as breathing pattern changes. Make sure you watch for signs of pleasure as well as for signs of discomfort. Number 3, recorded music. There are so many things you can do with records of their preferred music. For example, you can create playlists to structure their days. A morning playlist with more upbeat music, an evening playlist with mellow music. Calm background music for meal times has been shown to improve food intake for seniors with poor appetite. Music bingo games are great for cognitive stimulation and just a fun interaction between a person with Alzheimer's and their caregivers. You just play a piece of music that is likely familiar to them and ask them to guess who the artist is, or what the name of the piece is, or what movie this song is from. Movement to music is a wonderful way to exercise. It can be as simple as moving hands up and down and side to side, tapping feet to the beat, or twisting their bodies, all from a safe, seated position. This is important. Number 4, instruments. And speaking of exercise, playing simple music instruments is a wonderful way to have some physical activity. For example, you can use shakers like these, or maracas, lighter, or heavier like these ones, for someone who's physically stronger. Or simplified castanets. Make sure these are easy to make sound with, even with minimal movement. You can also use a small tambourine or a frame drum. I happen to have a rectangular one. You can play it with hand or with a mallet. And of course, a rain stick. Make sure it is not too heavy and it is loud enough so they can hear it. Number 5, singing. Singing is the most essential for people with Alzheimer's. Best if you could do it live, face to face, in close contact. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't even have to be completely in tune. It is not about performance. It is about sharing a musical experience with each other. It is a profound human connection where the personality of someone with Alzheimer's often comes forward and you have this moment of connection, reunion. You can sing along to a record, you can accompany yourself if you're skilled at that, but the live voice is essential. And as the disease progresses, unaccompanied singing becomes the primary way to reach the person with Alzheimer's. The lower their cognitive functioning is, the simpler the music stimulus should become. This is the general rule. Make sure you sing in a moderate or slow tempo and really articulate lyrics, almost as if you were exaggerating them. For example, I see trees are green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Something like this. Or, you are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. And try to make sure you sing in their register because they may want to join you in singing. There are many more wonderful ways to engage a person with Alzheimer's into music. If they used to play an instrument, it may be a good idea to offer them access to it. If they used to love going to concerts, maybe you can find a way to take them to concerts sometimes. Watching musicals together is a wonderful way to bring music into their lives. Make sure it is safe. If they become upset or agitated, the best way is to distract them with another activity, food, or even another piece of music. Make sure you engage in musical activities regularly. If not every day, then a couple times per week. Consistency is important. It is also easier to do if you have a routine. And especially if you're a family or friend, caregiver, it is important that the music time doesn't feel like a chore to you, but rather as an enjoyable activity and an opportunity to take care of your own body and soul by spending meaningful time with your loved one and sharing music. My name is Alisa Apreleva. If you want more information like this, please visit singforchange.org and sign up for my mailing list. Thank you for watching, and let the music be with you always.